Hi Vogue, it's me Eloise and we're back in a stunning bathroom and I'm so excited to show you my new spring pink chic girly girl makeup routine. I've got some new products I want to show you, some staple products that we're using because they're just that good. So let's get straight into it. So to start off, I have clean skin. The only thing that I did is Rhode Skincare's triple glazing milk, peptide fluid, and then the barrier cream. I know some people are gonna hate on it, but I'm not gonna lie. My skin, when I use all three of them combined together, it literally glows. I use the glazing milk on its own, but I just love, I don't know what it is, when they're all combined together is pure magic. So recently I've been loving this Pure Canvas primer from Laura Mercier. It's super light and I feel like as we're approaching summer, we still want our skin to be super hydrated, but we want it to be light. And that's what I found that this really does. It also just applies so evenly. And under my makeup, it looks so good too. Hydration, hydration, and always hydration. I've been using the New Face Trinity consistently for about a month and a half. And I don't know, I feel like my face is looking a little bit more snatched, or maybe it's just my imagination, I don't know. Next, I had to run and grab my Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. You guys know that I cannot go a day without this, and especially if we're gonna film a Vogue Secrets video, I can't have chapped lips. So before we continue this routine, let's just apply a little bit. So my birthday's in spring. It was actually a couple of weeks ago, and something that I just love about spring is obviously the warm weather. The flowers are blossoming. It's just so pretty. So when it comes to my makeup, I feel like I've really leaned into the whole kind of pink girly girl look. It's also obviously getting warmer, so I do not want to wear a heavy foundation. So all I've been using is the Gucci concealer. I live by this. It's just one of my holy grails that I don't think I'm ever gonna get sick of. And then to blend it, we've got my House Labs concealer brush. I just washed my brushes today, so they are looking extra fluffy. I love a good clean brush. I feel like it just applies my makeup even better. And I feel like you can also see the shade match is ridiculous. Like I've never had something just match my skin tone so perfectly, and like I'll use it when I'm different shades and somehow it still matches. Again, it could just be me making things up, but it's been the makeup that I've worn on some of like the best pictures I've ever taken. So you know what, maybe it's just like my lucky concealer. Okay, so when it comes to contour, I have two options. The Gucci concealer in just a darker shade. I did this a couple days ago and I absolutely just loved the way it turned out. But I have been really sticking to the Westman Atelier stick, contour stick, and it has never failed me. But because I've spoken so highly about the Gucci one, I'm just gonna show you how good it is. It's also in a cooler shade, so I feel like this is really good for contouring. But I just kind of draw 3 or 4, really depends how I'm feeling. And then it's all really gonna be in the brush. If I want like a super serious contour beat, then I think the Westman Atelier stick is better. But because I'm really just going for like a very light, dewy, cute makeup, you know, it's not doing too much. It's gonna do exactly what it needs to do, but it's not going overboard, if that makes sense. And it also just blends really nicely. Obviously, we're blending in upward strokes because that is how you etch it out. I had someone on TikTok ask me why I like bring it down this way, and basically I saw a TikTok a while ago and I've adopted the strategy ever since. But basically by bringing it down your cheekbone and sort of like this curved kind of look, you're basically gonna create a shadow to make it look like you have those Angelina Jolie kind of just like cheekbones. And I don't know, it's always worked for me. I love the way it looks, especially on my face, but I don't know, I feel like you should try it the next time you do your makeup. I'm not gonna bore you too much, so I'm just gonna finish this other side and then we'll get started on the next step. Okay, remember when I said that this makeup look was cutesy, girly? I think the best word to describe it is coquette. The first step is your blush, and I'm using these two from Stay Beauty. I don't know why, I just love mixing shades. Like I do it all the time, and I found that I just love the way these two turn out together. The first one is in Rosy and the second one is in Chili. Once I put the setting powder, really mutes it out, and then we go in with a second powder blush, and that really like brings the look together. I don't know why, but I feel like with this blush in particular, the only brush that properly blends it out is the brush from Say. Most of the time I'm like, I kind of use whatever brushes. I love Hourglass, but the only brush that I'm using for this blush in particular always this one. This brush is also my like, oops, I kind of messed up my makeup, now I need to fix it somehow, and this brush does the job. It could be contour, it could be blush, it could literally be anything. This brush is gonna fix it. But do you see how it's just coming out very muted? You might not be able to see it on the camera because cameras, sometimes you need a lot of blush to pick it up, but because we're gonna add a powder over it, I really wanted it to just be understated, like very light, and then we're gonna amp it up a little bit. And I kind of just go in little circular motions. I've started to not just do the apples of my cheek, but bring it up a teensy tiny bit into sort of like where I add my highlight, so that when I'm smiling, it's like. Now for my favorite step of all time, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna let you guys think of what my favorite step is. I mean, I guess if you've watched my videos, then you guys know. Setting powder. This one from Givenchy, it's the loose setting powder. I use the shade number 2, Satin Blanche. Oh my god, there is nothing that makes my makeup set better. Like, it basically blurs all the pores. In pictures, my skin looks porcelain. And I used to use Laura Mercier, but this one blows it out of the water. I don't like the setting powder brush or like little powder thing that it comes with. So I just got like a pack of these on Amazon, and I feel like it's also easier to like etch out where I want the setting powder to go by using this. I've honestly used a brush as well, but this is really what's stuck. Now, if we were going for a full face beat, I think people don't realize that you can use setting powder as like a double contour, really etch out like your cheekbones, do all the things that you want to do. But I feel like for this purpose, we're really going, again, like I said, we're going Coquette. I don't need all the baddie, snatched kind of vibe. I just want to be smiley, cute. It's not officially summer yet, so that still means that I need some help for my bronzer. And look at this, my brush is so clean. You guys know that I love my bronzer from Benefit Cosmetics, and this brush also just, I've never found something that applies my bronzer so well. Because I feel like sometimes some people have like, you can tell they put on so much bronzer. This picks up the perfect amount of product. I literally bought it at Ulta like forever ago, and it's still so fluffy and good. So why fix it if it's not broke? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Whatever the saying is, you guys know what I'm talking about. Doing my little, it's what feels right. Making sure we do our neck too. And already I feel like this is bringing so much more life to my face. I think the name of the game when it came to my spring makeup routine was less is more. Like really going light, accentuating natural features, natural beauty, like not doing too much. Because again, it's getting warm outside. I don't want my skin to be overwhelmed by products. So everything I use is very light, really good. Again, I feel like it's really giving the no makeup makeup. I feel like if I were to talk to a guy, he'd be like, oh my god, you like don't wear any makeup. And I'm like, babe, I literally spent 30 minutes on this. So something new that I've been doing, normally I always do my eyebrows first. I don't know if you guys noticed, I didn't forget. So I have now switched it to apply all of my products and then apply the Refi. I sometimes felt like the product of this, once I brushed it, would get on my forehead and then the bronzer would stick or another product would stick, and I just didn't like the feeling. So now we do it sort of as an almost last step. I also plucked my eyebrows today, so hopefully they'll look good. So a lot of people don't know this trick about Refi, so I'm gonna tell you, if you ever had like pilling or just had any issues with Refi, it probably is because you're not popping the top off. So this is where you have the spoolie, and this is when you really take it and push it into your eyebrows, and this is gonna give you the laminated look, 1, and 2, it's also gonna like push the product into your eyebrows, so you're not gonna have that white cast that some people have. See? Look at that eyebrow. That is a good looking eyebrow. I also sometimes let the product sit for like 30 seconds and then I go in. And another little hack that I've realized is you want to do it when your skin is dry. So also doing it later in my routine kind of works perfectly because my skin's dry. So we are almost done. So this blush really ties this look all together. It is such a beautiful shade of pink. Like, do you see this? If this is not spring in a blush, I don't really know what is. I'm also using a Hourglass brush. And the thing about this blush is that it also has a little bit of highlight in it as well. So you're getting the shimmer and the blush color too. And I kind of feel like it resembles the Dior blush. But one thing about the Dior blush is I have to like sit there and really put in work to get any product on the brush. versus I think this, a light touch and you're gonna get that color. Like I'm already seeing it show up on my skin. I like to add blush very daintily because this is the second layer, but you could really go ham if you wanted to. We've obviously got to curl our lashes. I've talked about this before and I may have said it in the other Vogue Secrets video, but I didn't curl my lashes before and I just recently started doing it, and it quite literally changes everything. If there's one makeup tip that I have, curl your lashes. It's definitely something kind of scary, and I've definitely clipped my eyelid, but it's so worth it because the way that your eyes just look bigger, you're more awake, everything. You don't need a fancy one. Literally go to your CVS, Walgreens, whatever drugstore, and just grab it. Okay, for mascaras, there are two. I've been playing around with the Kylie Cosmetics one. The other one is my tried and true Kush mascara by Milk. I love this. It's just, I know it's always gonna hit every single time. It's gonna get every lash. I'm gonna show you guys the spoolie so you can see what I'm talking about. I feel like it captures every lash. Mascara is one of those things. Everyone's lashes are so different that you really have to find what kind of brush you like. And then I feel like you can tailor different mascara formulas. But if the brush ain't working for you or your lashes, it's gotta go. Like, do you see how my eyes are just, I look awake, ready to tackle on all life's challenges. Normally I don't have to double dip with this mascara, but I am running a little low. I'm convinced that if you don't open your mouth slightly when you're doing mascara, you're not a hot girl. Like, is there a science behind that? Why when you do it, you're like, because if there is, I would love to know the science behind it. I am personally not a lipstick kind of girl, so surprise, I'm gonna go in with my Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm again. I've talked about this with some of my friends because like I'm always so fascinated with like lip liners and lipsticks and how some people really need it, but I feel like I have a natural lip liner line, and I also just really like the natural color of my lips. So Pink Sugar by Summer Fridays does the job for me. And it also leaves my lips so just glossy. It's probably my #1 question on TikTok is like, what lip color are you wearing? And I'm literally like, translucent lip balm. That is the key. Lip gloss is on, which means the makeup tutorial has come to an end. And there you have it, my updated spring makeup look. It's giving cutesy, it's giving girly, it's giving coquette. We used a couple new products, we still have our staple products, and I'm honestly just absolutely obsessed with the way this turned out. It's my go-to look pretty much when I go out, during the day, literally for everything. It's just so cute. So I'm gonna go get dressed to go frolic around because when you look this coquette, the only thing that you can do is frolic. We definitely have a while before summer hits, but I'm sort of thinking that maybe we're gonna need a glowy updated summer makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy Sunday, and I'll see you next week.